Hello and welcome to Walk the Talk. I'm Shekhar Gupta and this is my fanboy moment. My guest today is somebody India is not designed to get out, Steve Smith. Welcome to Walk the Talk.
Thank you.
There are a few batsmen India is not designed to get out. You are on top of the list right now. There is also Sangakkara, Andy Flower, I think Chandrapal. So how do you approach Indian bowling that is so different that we can't get you out? Tell me the secrets.
Oh, I'm not sure. You don't want to share all your secrets either. You want to keep going well against them. So,
Your test average against India is obscene in the 90s for me as an Indian fan.
I'm not sure. I guess you can get in a bit of a rhythm against bowlers sometimes. I'm not sure. I approach every innings like it's, I start again and try and do my best for the team. And yeah, fortunately, I've been able to have some success, and hopefully that can continue.
Yeah, but are there bowlers that you have individually figured out? Because you pretty much played against the same bowling pack for some time.
Yeah.
I'd say the same seven revolving.
Yeah, I guess you know what they do, and I guess they know what I do as well. You try and look at some footage and see if they're doing anything different, but
I don't think they know what you do very well enough.
maybe let's keep it that way, I guess.
Yeah.
There's some quality bowlers in the Indian lineup, and yeah, I've had a bit of success against them, but it's just playing a game of cricket, and each day it could happen against any opposition, so fortunately I've been able to score some runs.
Talk about some key Indian bowlers. Talk about Ashwin, Jadeja, and any fast bowlers that you want to name.
I think, Ashwin and Jadeja are obviously two spinners that are magnificent, particularly in these conditions over here in India. And I think the other one that's come a long way is Umesh Yadav. I think he's developed new skills. He can go up and down in gears. He reverses the ball well. He can swing the new ball away, and he's a bowler that's certainly come on in leaps and yards.
How would you compare him with, say, Mohammad Shami, who unfortunately could not play this series very much?
I think they're a little bit different the way they bowl. Yadav's got that sort of slingy action and enables the ball to reverse quite well into you. Shami does reverse the ball as well. They're just different bowlers, I guess. Shami hits line and length consistently. And bowls with some good pace as well when he's fit and firing. But yeah, two different bowlers, but two quality fast bowlers as well.
What's the big change you've seen with Indian cricket over the past few years? You're very young at 27, but you've been playing India since you were much younger and India was much younger. And what are the big changes that you tell us about Australian cricket in the manner that people play cricket?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess an Australian team, it hasn't really changed a great deal over a long period of time. We always try and play an up-tempo and positive brand of cricket.
How do you describe up-tempo?
We're always trying to take the game on and be sort of entertainers. That's what people want to see, and try and be really positive as much as we can and try and get ourselves in positions to win games. So I guess from that aspect, that's what we try and do. India, I think, have adopted a similar sort of mindset. They try to be very aggressive in the way they go about things. That certainly seems to be Virat's approach of being aggressive and getting in a contest, and I think it's a great way to play cricket.
So is this Virat's approach, or has this been an approach that's evolving over time? From Kohli, you didn't play at that time. From Ganguly onwards. Ganguly, then Dhoni had a long run as a captain. So is this an evolving approach, or has there been a dramatic change since Virat came in?
I think there has been a little bit of a shift. A lot more sort of aggressiveness out in the field, and a bit of banter and that here and there, which is always fun. But
why should Aussies have all the fun?
Yeah, well, everyone's got to have some fun out in the middle, don't they? So, no, it's nice to have a few little contests like that here and there.
Right. So, but in terms of style, method, approach, is Indian pace now better than before? Spin now better than before? Are some of the batsmen approaching their playing of pace better than before? I mean, the question I'm coming to is how will this team do when they come to Australia?
Well, it's hard to say. I think all teams around the world at the moment are playing really well at home and
home,
not so
yeah.
well away. So I think the young Indian batters coming through at the moment, they seem to play fast bowling really well on bouncier tracks. So yeah, there's no reason why
Will
they
you
can't
name
have
some,
success.
because now you've seen many in IPL over time, not just the ones you play in Test cricket.
Oh, of course, you Virat, Murali Vijay, Ajinkya Rahane, guys that
Ajinkya is your teammate in
Yeah.
Pune.
guys that seem to have a lot of time.
Right.
I think that's a really key asset as a batter, and those guys have a lot of time, so they can, on those quicker bouncier wickets, they can certainly succeed.
So you think this team might do better than the predecessors when they come to Australia?
I hope not, but you never know. I think they've got some quality players.
So which rivalry is more fun? India-Australia or England-Australia?
They're both fun. They're both different. Obviously, for us, the Ashes is it's the sort of be all end all of international cricket for an Australian Test cricket. So that's a great rivalry. But we've certainly formed a rivalry with India as well. It's always great to be involved in those crunch battles.
It just needs a name. It needs a brand like Ashes.
Border Gavaskar.
That's not a brand. It needs something else, because Ashes had a certain edge to it in terms of the history and in terms of what it means.
Okay. I'm not sure. Have you got something?
No, I'm asking you.
I don't know what you could call it.
Not now, but maybe future generations. Could we call it the Brain Fade series? The Brain Fade rivalry?
No, I don't think that'd be very wise, but that's up to you. You can call whatever you want.
No, both have to agree, otherwise it won't become a brand.
I don't think that'd be a very wise one to call it.
So, Steve, tell me about your batting. Your batting is very unusual. You move a lot in the crease. All coaches will tell you to be still. You do many things that coaches will tell you not to. When you were young and when your batting was evolving, did coaches tell you to stop doing it?
I used to be very still and bat on middle stump and not move at all. It's only in the last couple of years that I've developed a prelim movement,
Right.
and it's worked for me. You got to do what works for you, and that works for me. So hopefully it can continue to do so.
So, do are coaching manuals looking a little bit outdated now, given what new discoveries batsmen are making now with new bats, with new formats, T20, ODIs?
I think the game's always evolving, isn't it? You see guys scoring 360 degrees at the ground, and I think it's great for cricket that the game's always evolving. Bowlers are coming up with new plans, bowling lots of slower balls, knuckle balls out the back of the hand, slower ball bouncers, things like that. So, bowlers have to evolve at the same time, and they're certainly doing that.
So should the batsman. So would the batsman.
Yeah, well, yeah, as I said, they're certainly evolving.
But there's a problem. I'm very happy now to see all IPL games. You captain Pune Super Giants doing very well. All IPL games have full stadiums, but at the same time, we played a brilliant Test series, made more brilliant by the fact that India won, in the sense of attracting fans. But so few came to watch. Even the last decisive game at Dharamshala, so few came to watch.
I don't think the crowds were too bad for that series. I think there were a lot of people coming to those games.
I think Ranchi, Bangalore did okay, but the rest was not so good.
Okay, I can't really remember. That's I'm just out playing the game. So, no, it was a fantastic series, and Test cricket for me is the ultimate, and yeah, hopefully fans can come out and continue to support that game.
But what can be done to make Test cricket more popular? You think this day-night Test matches is an idea with some juice in it?
I think it works in the right places. I think for us back home in Adelaide, it worked really well. It's a great innovation, and I think it'll certainly continue to be used in the future.
But might have problems in a country like India.
I'm not sure.
Because of
I
dew.
guess,
Dew is the factor that everyone talks about.
yeah, I guess you're just going to have to test it and see how it works, and maybe play it into some first-class games or something like that, and see how it goes. But I think it's certainly a very good innovation.
So, Steve, you've had this great rivalry playing against India. So you played against India, but you are also leading Indians now in your team. Give us your cricketer's psychoanalysis of the Indian cricketer's mind as a rival and as a colleague and captain, as a comrade and captain.
No, look, it's a great opportunity to and privilege to captain this IPL franchise. We've had a good year. We've played some really good cricket, and hopefully we'll get through to the finals and make it a really good year. But no, I've enjoyed it. A lot of the Indian guys around the group have done particularly well. Young Tripathi's really stepped up. Unad Kat's been great with the ball. And yeah,
frankly, we never thought much of him. We thought he was, frankly, a nothing bowler. And when you again picked him the first match or two, I was wondering what's he doing as a frontline bowler in an IPL franchise.
yeah, maybe some people
but
just
he's,
need
but
to.
he's learned too.
Yeah, maybe some people just need to show a bit of faith and let the guy play the game. He's been really good for us up front and bowling at the back end as well. So no, he's been fantastic.
Are Indian youngsters now as willing to apply themselves physically and mentally as professionals in the cricketing world overseas?
I don't see why not. I think if they don't, then they'll fall behind and won't be able to make a career of it. So yeah, you certainly have to evolve with the times and continue to improve in all different parts of your game.
Steve, will you give me a two-line analysis of India's two spinners? How have you seen Ashwin evolve? Is he doing something new? Because in the middle he had a slump, now he's come up. And Jadeja, how do you prepare yourself mentally when you go out to play them?
I think
Don't leak state secrets, but
I think just consistent. They're very consistent in the line and lengths that they bowl, and that's all you need to do over here, and let the wicket do the rest. Natural variation of the wicket. So if you're accurate and you can hit that 10-cent piece, you're going to have success in these conditions.